What's up, guys? For Undeniably Raw, it's your boy John coming to you live from Ankeny, Iowa, Musclebound USA Gym. The date is January 15th, 2024, and it is a truculent, to borrow a word I just heard on TikTok the other day, a truculent -4 degrees outside. It has been as low as -18, but we are turning up the heat in here as I'm getting closer and closer to competition time. Now, I'm 16 weeks out, just barely under 16 weeks out of my show day, May 4th in Des Moines. Okay, so you guys have pretty much got an idea of what my sets and reps have been like. I've slowly started to migrate from doing the really heavy weight, lower reps. And sometimes when I still do like deadlift and stuff, I'll still do pretty heavy weight and lower reps, but mostly I'm going into the hypertrophy sets and reps now. Definitely more so than ever before. So you have an idea. So I'm gonna do a little bit less of the training set to music, clips, and a little bit more just kind of keeping you updated with the process by word of mouth. But I'll still show you a little bit of training clips. Regardless, we're getting close. This morning, 221.4 pounds on the scale, which is crazy because I started out June 17th, 2023 at 249. Now weighing 221.4 and working my way down closer to that 200 mark. I'm almost there. Make sure to subscribe, and if you haven't looked at my other 3 videos in the series, do so, share, like. Let's go. Finally getting in the range of body fat to where I can actually start taking ab training seriously. Now, to be fair, it's not that I haven't been taking it seriously. I just think that a lot of my compound movements have been training my abs to the point that they need to be trained to this point. But now that I'm leaning down significantly and my show is 16 weeks away, I'm gonna start really hitting some ab hypertrophy stuff more often than I have been for sure. Some of this. And this. And some of this. Firstly, I've been preheating the air fryer to 400 degrees for 5 minutes. Once it's preheated, I do about 10 minutes one side, flip the chicken, 10 more minutes, and then check the temperature. If it's 165, great. If not, I'll put it in there for a couple more minutes till it is. Still need a couple more minutes on this one. Here's my scrumptious air fryer, quote unquote, grilled chicken with asparagus. Hello on a balmy -5 degree Fahrenheit evening in Cedar Falls, Iowa, where I've just come back from my local grocery store, Hy-Vee. Midwesterners will know it well. And I have some items.
That's awful. Please stop.
Welcome to Lecturer John's unprofessional and uncertified nutritional seminar, in which for some reason he uses a very condescending and sarcastic tone. For this reason, viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, it's a balmy -5 degrees out here. I'm stuck inside, so I thought I'd show y'all all the food I got for my cut. So let's start with breakfast.
That's what my roommate said that I should do. So here's what I'm going to do, now that you've all seen his recommendation. I'm going to start with my breakfast for each day. Egg beater egg whites, which I will cook. I will not drink these. I will cook them in the microwave. I'll have like 3 of these probably. I'll have to measure that out. Excuse me?
So this man's really going to use this.
That, and also in the morning for breakfast, I have oatmeal and almond butter. That is roughly my breakfast, and I already had these, but I may have some actual eggs. Might have a little bit of egg white, a little bit of actual eggs. Sometimes I might have one, sometimes I might have the other. But just know there will be an egg product incorporated into my breakfast. On to lunch. So as far as lunch is concerned, I really don't have a super particular taste. In fact, sometimes people tease me about what I have for lunch. This is low-calorie bread. Along with it, low-calorie or reduced fat. I guess that's kind of one and the same sometimes. Cheese. Bread. Cheese. Perhaps I'll have a banana. Perhaps I won't. Maybe that's for a snack. But I will have often Quest chips. These are not what you would call a whole food, these chips. I don't care. Some of my food that I eat is considered a whole food. Some of it is not. But it's about higher protein, lower calories, moderate carbs, moderate fat. I don't want to get too out of whack, but mainly high protein, low in calories, relatively speaking, which is why I also like, and I may have this with my lunch, and I may have it as a snack, and I might do both because it's only 170 calories and 25 grams of protein. That is ratio protein yogurt. A little expensive as far as yogurt goes. These are like $2 a pop. That's kind of crazy. It's also crazy delicious. I like the key lime pie flavor. It's to die for. I swear by it. But just know you could have cheaper options. Continuing on with snacking. Quest peanut butter cups. They're not the most ideal thing in the world, but they are ideal. If you consider this a cheat, you're winning because this is only 200 calories. It's 11 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber. If you treat this like a dessert, if you treat it like a not every day but some day snack, great. Quest protein cookie. I don't like it as much as these peanut butter cups, but it's okay, and it's 9 grams of fiber. I have not enough fiber in my diet, which is why I also like to drink Olipop. 50 calories in this one. Some of them are as low as 35. I like all the different flavors for the most part. This one's kind of been one of my favorites as of late. 9 grams of fiber. So if I don't get enough fiber in my diet, which some days I do, sometimes I don't, especially after I show you what I eat for dinner, I'll add some stuff like this just to get the fiber up. But, you know, there's some fiber in oatmeal. There's some fiber in bananas. There's some fiber in some of the various things that I eat. There's a little bit of fiber in asparagus, which I usually have as a side for dinner. I picked up these steaks. Pretty economical. They're already divided up into 3 steaks here, and it was only $10. It's like £1.25 pounds there. Not the worst. Perhaps you'd get better, but you know what? Pretty good. Angus sirloin. And that mostly covers everything. As far as beverages, I've been drinking a lot more water than I used to, which is great, both from just a general health standpoint and for what I'm trying to achieve. But I got some Gator Light Zero. These were on sale, which is great. I like Gator Light, period, but Gator Light Zero, even better, because it's only 10 calories in these. I think the regular ones are 50 or so calories. But this has a good bit of sodium in it, and sometimes I don't get the sodium that I need, so I get cramps. So this is good to have. I like this before the gym, I like it in the morning as well. Sometimes I'll just stick to coffee in the morning for economical reasons. Sometimes I'll have one of these in the morning, just depends on how I'm feeling. If I had it my way, I'd have one of these every morning and before every workout. Just depends on where my life is at that time. But I do love them. Ghost. And that's not the only energy drink I'll have, but one thing I will say about my energy drinks, it is very rare that I will not have a low calorie option as far as the energy drinks are concerned. If I didn't already mention this, this guy should sponsor me. Not because he needs to, but because I want him to. Robert Irvine. He's been in a lot of different TV shows. He's a great chef and a great personality. But this is his magnum opus, if you ask me, the Fit Crunch Bar. Delicious. And I'll have this at some point during the day, whether it be with my breakfast or just between meals. I promise you, it's good. That's my grocery haul, and I hope that it's to the satisfaction of my NCAA 14 playing roommate.
Like so. Yeah. Matic, just walk with us. Conscious. Talk with us. See, we be painting pictures and we be writing scriptures. Right. You know, yeah. We was in the heights, OG tried to sell me Cartiers. With my crown, we some kings like a card in solitaire. Sticking to the script, that's what got us here. If you in the way, we stepping down like a barber chair. We was all downstairs, Molly vibes till the smoke was clear. Nephew came in, told him, boy, yo, go upstairs. Listen for the kids, yeah, cover ears. Had to put in order all of my fears. Now when I step out, I'll be well prepared.
Yo, pop out anywhere, yeah, we was never scared, yeah. We was everywhere, yeah, but you was never there. People love to compare, but we just never cared. We just always did our thing. Every year we took the stairs. Back when Dylan ain't have a bed, we will always volunteer. Now we young pioneers, yeah, they see us switching gears. We some future billionaires, reppin' Brooklyn everywhere. So it's R.I.P. to Pop, they know the smoke will never clear. Word.
Still on track, never off the trail.
Always bounce back, yeah, we still prevail.
Got our weight up, now we tip the scale.
Now we way up and we living well.
All we do is win, they wanna see us fail.
Me and Dill back to back like we Chip and Dale.
Now the price is going up in the ticket sales.
All we do is show and prove, we don't kiss and tell.
Hand to your lip, we honoring the code. I'm known to go, beast can't compete when I'm in that mode. Catch me in a bubble, moose knuckle for the winter cold. Corner stories and they all posted with a liquor sold. 40s and shorties, HNIC. We move with aggression, learn lessons in the NYC. I'm from where you see a baddie, you just say Ben Aki. From in the club and I ain't got no idea.
They had no idea, we just keep it coming like it's diarrhea. Posted in them galleries, always been them overseas. Price going up like a slice in the pizzeria. Back when we was managed by the homie Pia. Went from overlooked to overbooked and now they never see us. Word, here I go again like it's Mama Mia. Flying out the JA, about to stay on Ultra Real.
Still on track, never off the trail.
Always bounce back, yeah, we still prevail.
Got our weight up, now we tip the scale.
Now we way up and we living well.
All we do is win, they wanna see us fail.
Me and Dill back to back like we Chip and Dale.
Now the price is going up in the ticket sales.
All we do is show and prove, we don't kiss and tell.
Okay, so I just had a dedicated arm day, which for me is kind of unusual and is just a sign that I really am trying to train more like a bodybuilder a little bit more frequently than I had before. I wanted to make sure I had enough energy to really hit my biceps. I did a few different types of curls and I did some tricep stuff. And I don't know what people normally consider an arm day besides biceps and triceps. But I also hit some shoulders as well. But I definitely prioritized biceps and triceps. And I did not do bench press, which is very rare for me to go to an upper body day of any sort and not do bench. That's strange for me. I didn't take a lot of video from tonight, partially because there was not a lot of opportunity to take video without getting a bunch of people in the background, and I try to avoid getting people in the background as much as possible in case they don't want to be in the background. But also I noticed I feel like I looked a little flat. Bodybuilders may know what I mean by that. Like, if you look at the clip of me doing curls in the one of the only videos I took tonight, I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt flat. So I've been really consistent on my diet for 12 days. I mean, I have not cheated. So I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to not really have a major cheat, but just a very mild cheat and see if that helps, get some glycogen back in my muscles, maybe recharge my metabolism and make sure that I'm staying on the right path. So I literally just had like 2 Taco Bell burritos. One of them was a bean burrito and the other one was the grilled cheese steak burrito. 1,100 calories, and it does have a pretty good bit of carbs relative to my daily carb intake. It was a pretty high amount of carbs. I think a little over 100, like 120 grams of carbs. And I'm about to have a Hertz donut, key lime pie filled donut. And here's what's crazy about this situation. I'm trying to get my donut box open to show you, because it's wonderful. And I know that you can't really taste or imagine the taste just by looking at it, but it's wonderful. It's like the best donut ever. But it's crazy because I didn't even really feel an incredible craving to cheat. But I thought maybe it would be a good idea to just do like I said, a very mild cheat just to rev up the metabolism and just make sure the glycogen stores are full. And then I'm gonna plan to stay on diet, just totally, for I guess the next couple weeks without trying to do this again, unless I just feel like maybe it's a good idea at that point. But I think today I'm gonna end up with like 37 or 3,800 calories, but by like on purpose, because every other day, I'm averaging like 25 to 2,600 calories. So I just want to make sure that I'm not doing myself a disservice by being too disciplined. And I don't know if the science checks out on that. It's just a thought. And the worst thing that happens is I just lose slightly less fat this week. I've still got time. So here are the results from my first week of tracking all macros and calories. I've been keeping up with calories and protein, but now I got carbs and fat as well. And there's my average for the week at the bottom. A little high in fat, but the calories and protein are looking pretty good. And you'll see here at the bottom that one of these things is not like the other. So I had a lot more calories and a lot more carbs on the 19th, and that was by design. So we'll see if that helps things. At worst, it shouldn't set me back very badly. days. I never ever thought I would do Smith machine bench, incline bench, anything like that, but if it's good enough for some of the greats of the sport of bodybuilding, I'll give it a try here as I get closer to competition. All right, time for another physique update. The date is January 28th, 2024, and it was kind of dark behind me. So, like I say, I've never even attempted to manipulate lighting in any of these videos. And that's probably pretty obvious to some of you guys because there's probably some more flattering ways I could showcase what I've got going on. But here's what we got. Maybe I'll turn the lights off too so you can decide for yourself how much shadows play a role here. But here's the physique as I am almost exactly 14 weeks out from my show. And again, started July 17th, 2023 on the cut. Today, January 28th, 2024. 14 weeks out. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna try to get some before and after type stuff for you guys to be able to compare. But I think it's really coming together now. I mean, I can tell a pretty tremendous difference from when I started, but also from the last video and the video before that. I mean, you can really see the changes now, and I'm very pleased with that. Let me cut these lights and see if that makes any impact at all. All right, and as promised, here's without the overhead light and the lamp behind me. I mean, I think I looked better with the lighting, but nonetheless, I mean, there's still a lot of change happening. It's not like, I mean, I'm gonna have better lighting than this on show day. Either way, I mean, I'm feeling great about where I'm at. But I just like to be as transparent as possible. You know, I don't want to do some goofy light tricks and make you think that stuff is changing more than it actually is. And I mean, obviously, since I started weighing 249 pounds and right now I'm weighing around 220 at this point, there's some real change that's been made. But yeah, I just kind of want to get that all out there. Oh, here's the back.
Now, this isn't the most dramatic transformation you'll ever see, on the left being in July 2023 and the right being January 2024, but you can really see a difference in the hips and the chest for sure, maybe a little bit in the delts. But I think the most dramatic transformation is actually yet to come here in the last 97 days before I step on stage. I think once my abs start to pop, and I'm sure that they will soon, you're really going to see the difference. This was the third week that I tracked all calories and all macros. My protein is in a pretty good spot. My fats, I would still like to lower a little bit more. So that's the main tweaking that I want to do, is to lower the amount of fat that I'm eating on a daily basis. You can see at the bottom what my daily averages are.
Job, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, Vintage frames on my face, looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers, pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. I press the button and the doors.
Well, temperature's not bad at all today for a February day, but it's a little windy and it looks like there might be some rain rolling in. But I'm about to do some sprints. I've been doing sprints about 1 to 2 times per week for the past couple of weeks. So basically, I'm about to do some roughly 110-yard sprints, and I'm going to try to keep it under 20 seconds each sprint, which, you know, for guys that are still playing football, that's the easiest thing in the world. But by the time you get to the 10th or so sprint, it starts to get a bit challenging. So the idea of incorporating sprints into my bodybuilding training, of course, I've done sprints for sports, football, baseball, wrestling in my past, but the idea behind incorporating sprints into my bodybuilding training is I have read that sprints can increase the release of HGH and can also increase testosterone production. Now, I'm sure those things level off at a point, but I want to use this as a way to give me a boost and just keep the momentum going and get a new stimulus. Here comes the rain. I believe the term I was looking for when it comes to sprints and how they pertain to my training right now is novel stimulus. Giving something to the body that it hasn't been used to in a while. And, you know, it hadn't been that long since I did sprints, but most of the sprinting I did in the recent memory was last baseball season, which ended in August. So I'd say, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think this classifies as a novel stimulus. So I don't know if I mentioned in this video, but I've definitely mentioned in a previous video that I have been doing at least an hour on average of cardio every day for quite some time now. And what I mean by at least an hour, I couldn't tell you the exact amount, but there are days where I do 2 hours of cardio for sure. There are other days where I do a little bit more intense stuff. I wouldn't say high intensity, but more intense, moderate cardio. So what I mean by that is, you know, around the 155, 160 beats per minute heart rate, you know, stair climber, walking on a 15% incline treadmill at 3.3 miles per hour, that kind of stuff. Some days I'll do 30, 35 minutes of the stair climber, of the incline treadmill. Other days, I'll do a full 2 hours of just straight up steady state elliptical with some resistance, but nothing insane. It just really depends, but I'm sure that if I logged every minute of cardio that I had done, it would average over 1 hour per day, probably by a good bit when I factor everything in. And of course, like I'm doing right now, although you just saw me doing sprints, I've been doing a lot of walking and will continue to do so. The weather has really cooperated way more than anybody could have ever guessed for the part of the country that I'm in and the time of the year that it is. So I've been really fortunate for that. All right, so the other night I had a FaceTime with my buddy Chase, who's been coaching me a little bit throughout this process, and he is the first person I've ever had work with me just a little bit on posing. And I'm going to be doing men's physique. That's what I signed up for, and I want to show you just what I've been able to put together so far as posing goes. And fortunately, I have 12 weeks from today to be able to get this stuff right. I was pretty pleased with week 4 of tracking all my calories and macros. My averages will show at the bottom here in a second. I averaged just over 2,600 calories per day, 168 grams of protein per day, and my fat was down from the previous week at 87 grams of fat per day on average. So it was a better week than the previous, but week 5, I made even more improvements to my macros. My protein was what I was really pleased with. I had over 201 grams of protein per day on average, and my calories were lower than the previous week, as well as my fat. So I'm glad that I am continuing to move in the right direction as far as optimizing my macros to make the most progress in the shortest time.
We're in Dubuque, Iowa today. Me and my girlfriend Danielle, who doesn't always like to be filmed, so she's holding the camera. But we're going to a rodeo tonight. We went snowboarding last night, and we've had a great weekend so far. But it's Saturday morning, and getting my cardio in because show day continues to rapidly approach. Got my incline 3.3 miles per hour, speed 3.3 miles per hour, incline on a 15% grade. So 35 minutes of this, it gets pretty tough by the end. Almost done.
10 weeks out from my competition day, aka 70 days, so it's coming up pretty rapidly. Yesterday was my birthday, and Danielle got me this custom Serious Steel fitness bag with the Undeniably Raw logo, which I'm very excited about. So this should be the last day on this video, and then next week I'm going to a seminar in Ankeny, the town that we're in right now, greater Des Moines area, to work on some posing and talk about peak strategies. So one last workout for this edition of Undeniably Raw. Let's go. What would be bad news is that these 2 weeks of macros that I'm about to show you are not 2 of my better weeks since I've started dieting. However, my weight is the lowest that it has been. Yesterday, I weighed 211.8, which is, man, it's been years since I was that light, and I'm really seeing some good changes in my physique. Things are going well. I would like to eat lower calories and lower fat going forward for sure, and I may even need to lower the carbs a little bit. But my protein intake was good, my activity level has been extremely high, and I'm still trending in the right direction, like I say. So I feel pretty good about where I'm at, but I do need to tighten up even more as I get closer to show day. One final look at the physique for this edition. All right, only 10 weeks to go, getting close to show day. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Appreciate you watching.